Hey, Elmer Dillinger, how you doing? Hello, Edu? Edu? Welcome to the stream. Let me know if I'm mispronouncing that name. That's good to hear. What have you been up to? Well, good to read, anyway. Alright. That's cool. There's been a few people that have come into the streams like in the past month or so from Portuguese, so it's cool to have another person from that area here. Yeah, chilling's a good thing to do. Just get some relaxation in. Yeah, today when I went out with a friend, celebrated a belated birthday. My birthday was like months ago, but you know, with just life in general, haven't been able to get together. So we went out, got a burger, kind of just relaxed and had a nice long chat, catch up. Yeah, it was pretty good. Yeah. So what about you, Armadillinger? What like, what's your favorite kind of food? Like, if you're gonna go out and eat, like, you know, kind of, whatever, indulge, shall we say? Treat yourself. What would you go out for? Persian food. Okay. So what kind of Persian food? Honestly, I have no idea even what Persian food would be. Like, I have a vague idea of what, like, Greek food would be, or I mean, I'm really familiar with Italian food, but I'm not sure what Persian food would be. Pretty sure this won't end up being the heritage I use, but at least gives me an idea of where to go from here. So is Persian food like a lot of meats, or is it a lot of nuts, or like what makes it gives it a lot of protein? Hey Edu, if you wanna just make that request on my YouTube channel, because honestly, like I don't have anything to write down stuff with here. But I mean, you're not asking for anybody specific, like a specific, like red bearded Viking character. So, I mean, honestly, I could probably knock that one out, like really quick. Yeah. I normally have like a listing, like somebody makes a request, they get put onto a list, and once I get to that point in the list, I'll take care of it, because it's usually like they're requesting a certain character. It's not just a certain type. But since you're just asking for a general style, yeah, I could knock that one out in like, 10 minutes or so. Depending on how creative I wanted to get with it. But yeah, there's a lot of meat and rice, chicken. Okay. All right. So like, what kind of flavoring is it though? Is it like a sweet, a savory, spicy? What are we talking about here? Hello, Sir Michael Prince. How are you doing today? You were on here. I think you were on here the last time I was on here. I wasn't on here last week, I think. But welcome back. Character I'm making, honestly don't even remember the name of it. Akira Nishikoyam. It's a character from a Yakuza game. So it's just one of those requests, always trying to catch up on that list of requests, because it keeps growing. I'm typically able to knock out like 3 requests a week, maybe 4 if I have a little extra time to do so. But yeah, I'm getting more requests than I have time to make them. Okay, mixed with saffron. Alright. Okay. Yeah, I honestly, I can't think of, like, ever having Persian food. But it sounds like it would be pretty good. I'll be honest, I'm not a huge vegetable guy. I am trying to change that. I'm trying to get more... I'm trying to get more vegetables into my diet, aside from just like, carrots and beans, maybe some corn. But It's been a slow process because I just I, I like what I like, and it's hard for me to make some adjustments to that. But so okay, so the character that you're requesting is an actual character. It's not just some generic Viking-looking guy with a red beard. All right, well that takes considerably longer. Because I always try and... I'm a bit of a perfectionist when it comes to these things, and I try to do my best to get it to look like the character that's requested. I mean, it's obviously not always possible. There are a lot of limitations on how this stuff works. But I always try my best. And it's you know, it takes longer to get a specific character done. I did just recently try making, or I started playing Dragon Age Inquisition, and holy crap, is the character creation system on that really robust. I really wish that Rockstar, like for their next Red Dead game or their next GTA, take quite a few cues from how that went, because like there are so many options. You can make that character look any which way you want. No heritages involved. It's like you can tweak every aspect of their face, and that's really what would be most helpful for this kind of thing. So, Michael Prince, congratulations on the PS5, man. I recently just was able to purchase one. Like, and when I say recent, I mean just yesterday. And it's not going to arrive. Like, I ordered it online, from a you know, a retail chain. So I know the order is good. It's not some random internet seller. But it's not going to arrive until early October. So I do have quite a ways to wait for it, but I do look forward to being able to get it. Okay. Well, Edu, if you would just you know, toss that request on my YouTube channel. That way I have it, you know, I have it down, and I'll be able to do a screen grab, and you know, I'll definitely be able to give it a try a little bit later. If you're just looking for something like along the lines of that, yeah, I could still probably knock it out in like 5-10 minutes sometime later this week, since it's not a specific character, it's just a general look. That does make it a lot easier, and I can knock that out a lot faster. So, got 6 people in here. I think that's a record for me. But now that I've pointed it out, somebody's got to leave. Come on, guys. You can do it. I believe in you. Yeah, see, there we go. Now it's down to 5. I am never wrong. That's a lie. I'm wrong all the time. But I like to tell people I don't make mistakes, I create learning experiences. You're renting a PS5? Dude, I didn't know any place actually rented video game or like consoles anymore. Seven people. There's 7 people in here now. I'm starting to get a little bit of an ego. Come on, somebody's got to leave. I'm starting to feel popular here. We can't have that. JB High Five. I don't know what JB High Five is. But dude, I mean, the important thing is you got a PS5. That's the awesome part. And Edu, I'm not creating a random character. I am creating a request from a game called Yakuza. But I have not. That's why I don't think I'm going to be sticking with this heritage. Just because the eyes aren't right. But I will be working on it for this stream. And Robert Fritsch, dude, I've missed you, man. Like, okay, yeah, no, you go hit the gym, man. It's cool that you popped in, so appreciate it. Go hit the gym, and we can catch up some other time. That'll be cool. But yeah, dude, thanks for jumping in and actually checking it out. I appreciate that. See, Edu, I've only played one Yakuza game, and it was kind of like Grand Theft Auto, but it was more it was slower paced, which is fine. I mean, I'm not, by no means am I knocking a slower paced game. Sometimes, those are enjoyable, but it wasn't for me. That's the only way I can say it. Some people love sports games, racing games. Some people love stealth games or strategy games. I tend to veer towards the mindless shoot 'em up type of thing, and the Yakuza game, at least the one I tried, I don't even remember which one it was, but it just, I wasn't able to get into it. F5 being on the waiting list, and when I got they'll come right for keys. So wait, this rental place that you got the PS5 from, like, it basically it's kind of like a leasing thing, like you pay a certain amount for it, for like to see if you actually enjoy it and like it, and then if you do like it, you get to hold on to it and just pay off the rest of the amount that's due, like, to buy it. Am I understanding that right? Because that sounds like it would be amazing. Yeah, this is definitely not the heritage that I'm gonna end up with here, but at least I'm getting an idea of how he's supposed to look. Oh, that's better. Actually, from the picture that I'm looking at, that's a whole lot better. This actually might end up being the heritage. Like the other one, I felt it was like, maybe a half the way there, but this actually looks like a whole lot better. Even like right down to the eyebrows. Okay, and it's called Rent for Keeps? Okay, sorry guys, I'm just checking this out online right now because, you know, if this is the case, then dang, this could be quite the way to do it. There we go. Little gaming section. I really shouldn't be doing like online shopping while people are in here. I apologize, everybody. But I have it on my I have it on like opened up on my phone right now. I can check it out a little bit later. Oh, Edu, man, Last of Us. I was just talking to a friend. Well, the friend I was actually celebrating a birthday with, explaining like the entire Last of Us storyline, the first one and the second one. I personally enjoyed the first one a lot more, but the second one does this nice twist. Like, I thought I was almost done with the game, and then they pull this twist, and I find out that I'm only about halfway through the game. It is a really long game. It is a really fun game. Yeah, with the PS5 being out now, Edu, with the PS5 being out now, PS4s are going to be getting a lot cheaper, I would say within the next year. Or if you know, you get your hands on a PS5, it'll probably be something that you can, like, PlayStation has a PSN, like an online streaming service that you can play games on. It might be able to be playable on there. It's called PlayStation Now or PSN Now. And you might be able to play it on there. Dude, I'm telling you, like, the Last of Us games are really, really fun. But in both cases, the story is just kind of heart-wrenching. It's yeah, they are amazing games, and Naughty Dog did an amazing job on them. Oh, dude, spoilers, Michael, spoilers, come on, man. Oh, dude, I can completely understand your feelings on that. I suppose spoilers. I mean, it has been out for a while now, so you know, there's a good chance that you know, the ending or whatever has been ruined. Well, not ending. That isn't the ending, but no, I will agree. They you know, they did Joel dirty in that game, but at the same time, it gives a really good reasoning for why Ellie went on the mission that she did. Like, with everything that was on the line for her, I do think it sets it up really nicely for that. Yeah, and honestly, that's that. And thank you, Abby. I couldn't remember what her name was when I was talking to a friend of mine. Like, yeah, and that's just it. It's like all those like when you're playing as Ellie and you're trying to get to Abby, like all these people that you take out along the way, that, like, literally in any other game, even that game, at that point, they're just basically like cannon fodder. Like you don't. They're just another body in the way. Like you don't think twice about it. But then when you start playing as Ellie or Abby, and you start playing as Abby, and you try to, you're going through her storyline and what things are for her community, and you actually get to know these people, and you're like, you start feeling bad, and you start feeling guilty about what you did as Ellie. And I'll be honest, man, like at the end of that game, where it's just Abby and Ellie, like on that beach, like I had to set my controller down. I was like, to continue, you have to hit that button, and I just set my controller down. I was like, just please let there be something where I can just like leave the controller alone, and the game takes care of itself. But that didn't happen. I let the controller sit there for probably a good 10 minutes, and nothing happened. So I had to continue the game. But yeah, no, that one hurt. I'll say that. That was just some amazing storytelling for both the first one and the second one. But even though I enjoyed the gameplay of the first one more, the storyline of the second one, to me, like, far outdid it. But yeah, Abbyzilla, and that's just it. Is that like throughout the game, you're like, Abby is just this beast of a character. Like, she can take on anything and anyone. But then you see the end, and just like like the way she looks at the end, your heart just goes out to her, despite like everything that happened. Like you feel bad for her. Michael, come on, man! Never trust another Naughty Dog product. What about the Uncharted series? Naughty Dog. What am I? I'm trying to think of the other Naughty Dog games that I've played, but I know I'm getting them confused in my head. Like the one game that I'm really looking forward to once I get my PS5 is the new Ratchet and Clank game. I've been getting those games since the PS2. So that's where my head's at as far as the system once I get it. Yeah, no, don't turn your back on Naughty Dog because of the one game. Yeah, I mean it sucks what they did, but there had to be another driving force, and was it they're coming out with an Uncharted Last of Us TV series, where they will continue things with Ellie and Joel. So yeah, see, that's just it though, is that I can understand why Joel did what he did at the hospital, and I can understand why Abby did what she did once they got Joel. But I like it's such a layered story. It's so difficult. Like I don't know. I honestly don't know what I would do if I was in either of their positions. Because there are so many layers. There are so many layers to that relationship between like what happened with Abby and what happened with Joel, and how that all interlinks with Ellie. It would honestly really be hard for me to say I would do it a different way, but I'd like to think that I would be able to understand why things went down the way they did. But I mean, if you played the game like to the end, you saw what Ellie was about to do, but then like all those memories kicked in of what happened with Joel, and she was just like, no, I can't. I can't. So, but like Michael, honestly, okay, so here's the thing for me, Michael, is that, man, I'm going off on tangent after tangent here and I should be focused on the character making, but this is the joy of streaming. This is why I really enjoy streaming, over just like making a character with, with something going on in the background. So, like, I'm of a mind where I don't believe certain characters should get old. Like as far as movie characters, like, I don't think Rambo should have gotten old. I don't think like Martin Riggs from the Lethal Weapon series should have gotten old. I think they just should have stopped the franchise where it was, and just, if they were going to reboot it or something, or like with a TV series with Lethal Weapon, that's one thing, but like certain characters, just as much as I love them because of the time that they were in, not because of how their life progresses. And it just seems kind of wrong and weird to see these characters get old. And I kind of feel that way with Nathan Drake. He's in the same boat for me. It's like seeing him in these adventures, and then seeing how it ends with Uncharted 4. Despite the fact that it's a happy ending, I'm glad for how it went. I don't think that I personally don't feel like he's a character that should have gotten old. I think they should have left his story in his prime, and essentially left it open for any kind of infinite possibilities that could have come from that, as opposed to, well, he's a dad now, he's in his he's middle age or whatever, and his adventuring is behind him. It just, that part felt wrong for me. I still enjoyed the game, I just didn't enjoy that part of it, but that's just my mind frame with everything. Yeah. And Callie, I am not. I do apologize for getting around to say hi. I just kind of got off on a tangent there. I do apologize, but I am glad you're here. And yes, we were in fact talking about The Last of Us, which kind of just evolved into talking about, at least for me, rambling about other games and movies. But yeah. It started off with The Last of Us. So, do you have any opinions, suggestions, or other information you'd like to share about insight, maybe, for The Last of Us? Or the sequel? And Armadillinger is still in here. Dude, you've been quiet. So, I do apologize if like, I like, normally my the comment section here isn't as active, and I don't know if there's a way for me to like pull the comments back down so I can see them. So if I do miss something, I do apologize. See, generally speaking, I like the way this one is looking, but then I turn them sideways and see that nose, and I have second thoughts. The Mustang horse. Well, good in what sense? You know, there are certain games that, or there are certain parts of the game where it would be better for. There are certain parts that it would be worse. My typical go-to is for like one of the, I think they're called war horses. They have a nickname of bullet sponges. So I mean, if you're going on say those blood money runs where there is no way around it, you are going to get shot at a lot. Like, one of those horses is what I would recommend. Just because you can be pretty sure that they will survive a shootout. But a Mustang, I mean, if you're going for, you know, one for like racing or just trying to get from one side of the map to another location, yeah, Mustangs are pretty good. They're pretty fast horses. So, but if speed is what you're looking for, I would look for a horse that's under those the racehorse section at the stable. The fans that you're going to play as Ellie and Joel through the whole game. Okay. Yeah, see, I don't remember him saying that, but I wasn't looking at so much of what like the creative director or whatever was saying. I was looking at the information, like what's the game going to be about? What's you know, like, are there new enemies? What's the gameplay going to be like? So I don't remember that. But I mean, if that's the case, then yeah, I could definitely understand why some people would be upset about it. Yeah, I know there's something else that got released recently that the creative director of it was like, no, this is what it's going to be like, and it was really a bait and switch. And I think more than anything, that's what people had a problem with, is that people don't like to be tricked. So just be honest with them, and the people who, you know, the people that want to enjoy the game will enjoy it regardless. If they only, you know, wanted to play the game because they were going to play as Joel, well, you just pissed off a lot of people. So no, I can definitely understand that. A new character, Edu, are you talking about like starting a whole new character, or just like changing the way they look? I didn't think about starting a Hitman character. I mean, I've created a Hitman character, but I didn't think about changing him over to that. But that actually is a really good idea. That'd be cool. Make some videos, just you know, sneaking around and killing people as Agent 47. That would be fun. Yeah, no. Like I said, if that's the case, then Neil definitely did a bait and switch, and I can understand why people would have been upset about that. Well, see, if you start a new character from scratch, you're going to lose all your money in gold and everything, though. So, I mean, and any kind of progress that you made, like, you know, if you have stuff from like past like outlaw passes. Gold from the old character. Are you sure about that, Edu? Because I thought when you start a whole new character, like literally, it's from scratch. It's like you've never played the game before. Okay, yeah, Michael. That's actually what I was alluding to with a different thing about like the creative director said it was going to be one thing and then it was something else. Yeah, that was a big bait and switch with the Masters of the Universe series. Absolutely nobody should be happy with Kevin Smith over that. Now that said, there were a lot of things I actually enjoyed about that Master of the Universe Revelations. I like that they had Tila's story progress towards what she'll inevitably become. I didn't like the way they just completely took out He-Man. I thought that there was better opportunities for storytelling there. But the one thing that I try to keep in mind is the fact that this is only one half of the story. It would be like getting upset with Marvel Studios because Avengers Endgame ended the way it did. Well, there was still Infinity War that was coming out. I got those two mixed up. Infinity War ended the way it did, but that was only part one. Like Endgame was how things were going to end up, and that's how this Masters of the Universe Revelations is going to be. The bait and switch thing that Kevin Smith did, though, yeah, everybody should be upset about that. He was touting it as being like, oh no, this is still all about He-Man and blah blah blah. And I was like, no, it wasn't. I mean, I was cool with the story of with Tila and her taking the lead and everything else. I was fine with all that. It was the bait and switch that really got me. And the only other thing I really had a complaint about with it is like all these times that Kevin Smith, or sorry, not Kevin Smith, got Kevin Smith on my head now. All these times, like in the story, where like Prince Adam or Man at Arms or whatever, the sorceress, were like, Tila, there's something I have to tell you. I should have told you a long time ago, but they get cut off, and it was like, oh, we got to get going. And I was like, no, okay, do it once, that's fine, maybe a second time, but like the repetitious, like. There's something I have to tell you, and then it doesn't happen. I believe that's called a Chekhov's gun. It's a old theater trope. It's like if you make something, if you're making a big deal out of something, in this case, like the example is a gun, the gun needs to go off, and it never went off. From the previous character. Okay, I did not know about that. Edu, your English is great. If you ask me to be able to try to write in Portuguese at all, forget it. I would have to bring up a translator for everything. So don't worry about that, Edu. You're good. I didn't realize that. I thought like if you started a new character, everything, like you were starting from scratch, you were starting from zero. And I realize now that I've been talking for probably a good 20 minutes. I apologize to everybody listening who was actually tuned in for character creation content, and it's become just me yammering on. Yeah, Edu, I have no idea what any of that is. talk in your live stream. I know. How dare I talk in my live stream? People aren't here to hear me. I mean, I hear my voice all the time, and I apologize to anyone who I've afflicted their ears with such sounds. Sin quando voce crium novo. I feel like I'm reading Latin. I'll be honest with you. This isn't gonna like summon a demon or something if I say it out loud, is it? Edu, is this? Okay, well. Yeah, Armadillinger, dude, I'll be honest with you. I know I told you this before, but I keep checking in, seeing how I'm doing with subscribers in comparison to you, and I'm always like 20 behind. It's it's frustrating, but it's a good kind of frustrating. It gives me something to keep striving for. And then there's Callie. I checked in on you, yesterday. You're like within 50. You're almost at 1,000 right now. Yeah, Portuguese is from Latin. That makes sense. Yeah, that makes sense, especially since I can't read either one of them. I can pretend to, but like I'm sure you probably laughed at me as I was trying to read, what you had written in Portuguese. Portuguese, Spanish, Italian, French, Romanian, all derived from Latin. Yeah, that makes sense. I believe they're all referred to as the love languages as well. Yeah, you put down French. I'm just combining French and ranch, so it's like you're dipping your baguette in this creamy white sauce. That's all. You're good. Swedish has some Latin words too. Like Armadillinger, what Latin words do you have? I'm sure that there's some in English as well, but I mean, English is basically borrowed words or stolen words from like every language. So. Word labyrinth. Latin for maze. Is it labyrinth, or is there supposed to be an H at the end of that? That might just be the English spelling. Like labyrinth. Callie, are you crushing on the character? How about that nose? That little side profile right there? Huh? Got a little bit of a schnoz on him. I'm actually trying to make this guy from a Yakuza game. and that nose is like the one thing I feel is preventing him from being like this, being like the perfect heritage. That's the same character. Main dude, Kazuma. You know what? I've only ever played one Yakuza game. So I honestly don't know which character he is from that game. Yeah, well, Michael, I appreciate you. I appreciate you letting me ramble and still interacting. You know, once I get into like minute 5 of just going off on a tangent, I fully expect to see that the number of people in here go down by at least 1, and usually there is only 1 in here. So. Like I said, I appreciate, you know, it's fun to just be in here and, you know, chat with people about, well, anything, really. You know, video games, movies, TV shows. I say coffee, but I'm not really a coffee drinker. I drink tea sometimes, but, I've tried to get into drinking coffee. I really have. Just because the only reason I drink soda is because of caffeine. Coffee is healthier. Coffee's better for you. It has antioxidants in it. And it's too bitter for me. Like I've added cream, I've added sugar. I've had, like, I was in Italy for a little bit. And staying with this one family, and I told them I didn't like coffee. They told me it was because I never had good coffee, and so they made me some, and I made this face that I guess it looked like they just poisoned me. So I felt bad about that. But then they were like, okay, yeah, no, you probably just don't like coffee. But I have tried. The closest I can get to enjoying coffee is with tiramisu. I do love some tiramisu. That stuff's delicious. It isn't Kazuma. I believe I actually made Kazuma a while back. I think that was the other... and here I go off on a tangent again. I set my controller down so I can actually look at it. I believe Kazuma I did make before. Kazuma. Yeah, I did make Kazuma before. Come on. Yeah, I made him back in May. So, but no, this dude is Akira. So it's that nose that, oh, geez, those cheekbones look like they could cut paper. Gonna make an adjustment to that here shortly. But, yeah. Let's see. Right. Oh, I just lost what Michael was saying. Oh, the coffee. Yeah. Well, I mean, I've tried black coffee. I've tried so many different kinds of coffees, different coffees with different creamers, and coffee, cappuccino, mochaccino, lattes, whatever. It's. I can't. I haven't enjoyed a single one. But yes, there is one that is made with cat poop. That's actually like part of the refining process. Like the cats eat the beans, and then they I don't know what kind of filtering process there is. And here's the thing though, is that it's a really, really, really expensive type of coffee. Like chances are, unless you are fairly wealthy, you have not drank it. Yeah, it's just an insanely expensive type of coffee. I mean, it's not okay. So sorry, Callie, but I'm gonna ruin your night here. I'm going to Google what the exact kind of coffee is. Yeah, it's referred to as the world's most expensive coffee. Yeah, it's let me see. It's called Kopi Luwak, and a cup of it in the U.S. Remember the part when I said stop? I don't remember that part, so I'm going to keep on going. I'm just but here's the thing though, is that a cup of that coffee in the US is $80. So if you like your Starbucks and that's where you go, you're safe. I mean, I personally think Starbucks is an insane price for a cup of coffee, and this is going to be like whatever, like 35 times the price of that for a cup. So can somebody tell Callie that she can start listening again? I'm done talking about cat poop coffee. Yeah, the first time I actually ever heard of that kind of coffee was in the movie As Good as It Gets, with I think that's like a late 90s movie, like Jack Nicholson and Helen Hunt. Oh yeah, gotta do something about those cheekbones. Yeah, no, that it was a good movie. I'm trying to remember what the other guy's name was. He was everywhere. He was big for a hot minute, but he's kind of fallen into obscurity now. Yeah, see, I would really like to know how crazy Jack Nicholson actually is, because, like, he always seems to be cast in that kind of role, So I mean, he plays crazy really good. So I'm wondering if he was just like not stereotyped. What's the typecast? Typecast is crazy, or if like there's a little bit in there that that just makes him the go-to guy. Yeah, I think a lot of that is just with his eyes, like especially with his his eyebrows, his like he just has really expressive eyes, and he like. Yeah, I don't know how else to put it. Is like, yeah, he just does crazy really good. Oh, the first thing I remember ever seeing Jack Nicholson in was the '89 Batman movie with Michael Keaton, which I am really excited for the Flash movie, because they're bringing back that Michael Keaton Batman. But it also sounds like they're bringing back like the Ben Affleck Batman in that movie too. It's like they're opening up the multiverse for their movies, which honestly I think is the only way that they're going to save the DC movie, like the DC universe for movies, because yeah, I mean those films have been all over the place. Godzilla character? Ooh. I mean, I like a challenge, but all right, Edu, you have fun, man. Thanks for hanging out with us. Appreciate it. And yeah, go ahead, steal my characters. That's what they're there for. Which Batman game? I've probably seen them all. I mean, honestly, I probably played them all at this point. Godzilla. See, I kind of want to try and make a Godzilla character now. I just know that it wouldn't work. Like I know I mentioned, like, when I started this stream today, I've started playing Dragon Age Inquisition. It's an older game now. I think it's like 8 years old. But excuse me. But that game, that the character creation system for Dragon Age Inquisition is just amazing. There's like 4 different races you can do, both genders. That one, honestly, I could probably make a decent Godzilla looking character, because there is one that looks kind of reptilian, a race. I mean, they still, humanoid features and everything, but yeah, no, it's I wish that Rockstar would do something like what they did for that game. I will never make a character that looks like me. I feel bad that I'm inflicting my voice upon you, let alone my likeness. So I do apologize for that. Or maybe you should just be grateful that you don't have to face something like that. Trust me, I have to see it every time I look in the mirror. You guys don't want that. And fan project that was taken down. The Godzilla character was a fan project that was taken down. As far as the Michael Jackson character, I did make a zombie Michael Jackson. Like, that was honestly I think that was the second character I ever made. It looked more like Michael Jackson from, like, towards the end of his life. Just kind of zombified, like how the zombies look like in Red Dead 2, like with the Halloween pass. Yeah. So I have thought about trying to make a Michael Jackson character, like, not zombified, but again, so many requests coming in. It's kind of putting my personal choices to make characters on the back burner. But Armadillinger, the Batman game, is this like the first Batman game, like back for the NES, or is this like one of the Arkham Asylum games? There is like 2 different Batman games based off of the animated series. One came out for the Sega Genesis, another one came out for the Super Nintendo. There's another Batman game for the PlayStation VR. I know of way too many Batman games, so if I don't put myself down, who will? I mean, I appreciate the trying to put me in my place. Well, my confidence in its place. I feel like I'm confident enough. But yeah, I have tried to like make sure I put up like 3 characters per week. So it's there's a lot of characters, and I do the cool thing is that like the more subscribers I get, the more requests I get, which means that I'll never run out of ideas. But I do feel bad, like because again, with the more requests I get, the more difficult it is to keep up, and it does become harder for it does take longer to get to people's requests. So I appreciate people's patience on that. Say nice things about me. Like I'm pretty good at the whole character creator thing. No, I genuine thing that I am confident about myself about is just like my eyes. I know I have nice eyes. I've been complimented on them in multiple languages. So, yeah, there you go. And somebody like whoever typed LOLO, hello. I knew that you were new to to the chat. I didn't catch your name before it went off screen, though. I do apologize for that. I haven't been a content creator for 5 years. No, I've been on YouTube for a lot longer than that. But I think 5 years ago might have been my first upload. But I really wasn't like trying to do anything as far as a channel goes. That like I've only been doing for about maybe a year and a half. And I originally started just uploading stuff to like, because I would see like weird stuff that would happen or funny stuff that would happen while I was playing, and I would save the videos just because I could watch them again and remember how funny it was. But I would tell a coworker about it, and I wanted to show him, so I started uploading stuff about that, like the videos that I had. And it just kind of evolved from there. Armadillinger was actually one of them that, encouraged me to keep making character videos. So Armadillinger, if you're still in here, dude, appreciate it. You know, the conversations I'm having right now with you guys would not have happened if it wasn't for Armadillinger and the guy from work, who Callie has actually you know, interacted with a bit on here as well. He's a subscriber to her page now too. What countries have I been to? Well, I live in the U.S., but I've been to Canada, Scotland, England, Egypt, France, Italy, Spain, Germany, and the Netherlands. So, yeah. I do have plans to go to more places, but you know, it's the pandemic's gotta die down first. Like, some places won't even let me in because of that. So, multiple languages even, yeah. Yeah, Armadillinger is an OG. Like you know, mentioned before, like, him and I have a friendly competition going, who can get the most subs, and I'm always trailing by about 20. So it gives me something to strive for. But let's see, compliments in other languages. I wish I knew other languages better. Hold on. Just I'm gonna pull up a translator here for you, Callie. Okay. Okay, so Callie, I'm gonna give you a compliment here in Spanish. I will probably butcher how it's pronounced, so I am sorry for that. But eres genial en maquillaje artístico. So that I just said that you are great at artistic makeup. I don't know a whole lot about you, so but I do know that much. So very cool. That whole traveling thing, like that took a good long time to save up money and planning and everything else for my trips. So it's not like, trust me, I'm well aware that not everybody can do that, and if it wasn't for some circumstances in my life, I wouldn't have been able to do it either. So I was really fortunate in that way. So, what? Timothy Johnson, what can you do with a golden tooth? Like your own tooth, or did you like punch a guy in the mouth and now this is like you have to get rid of the evidence? No, I know that you're talking about in the game. In the game, you take the golden tooth to a fence. Like the same guys that you bring like the pocket watches to or whatever, and they can buy the golden teeth from you. Oh no, I know how to insult your mom in Arabic. That's fine. I can do that without even having to look that up. No, wait. So I'm sorry. Your sister. Your sister. Not your mom. My apologies to your mom. Oh, in real life, like a golden tooth. Yeah, okay. A little worried now, but I'm glad we have the entirety of internet between us in now. So yeah, just melt it down. I scrape off the gold. I mean, you can try feeding it to your dog, and maybe the gold will pass through. The game Gun. I have not actually played the game Gun. You know, I've played Call of Juarez. I've played Red Dead Revolver. But I've never actually played Gun. So I don't know how good that one is. You actually cannot sell teeth on eBay. Don't ask me how I know that. Or you can ask me how I know that, but, you know, for legal reasons I will not answer. I'm just trying to find the page where I had the picture up for the guy that I'm trying to make right now. Okay, so the golden tooth. Here's what you can do. Like, okay, in the movie Django Unchained, there's a guy that travels around as a dentist, and in that movie, like, he has this wagon with like a giant tooth on top of it. It's kind of on a spring, so it just kind of like flops around as he's traveling. You can do that with the golden tooth. I don't know if it's an incisor or a molar. If it's a molar, it works better. It just has a better appearance that way. But you can do that with the tooth, but like for ants. So like you get an ant farm, like a little tiny wagon like that. You can take like the spring from a pen. All right, perfect size. Again, don't ask me how I know this, but perfect size to have that tooth. You just put some like super glue to the top of the wagon, super glue to the bottom of the tooth, and again, you have that dental wagon thing, just like in Django Unchained. Yeah, see, it's a good idea. You're weird. I like you. All right. I expect people to be worried, not tell me that it's a great idea, but I do appreciate that. Can't go wrong there. Right? See? Exactly. You just be like, I don't know. You know, it's a decoration. You can't arrest me for a decoration. I mean, they probably could still arrest you for a decoration, just to be clear on that. But oof, it's almost 10 o'clock already. I have been chatting a lot and not doing much character creating. Do there anything? I mean, it's... I mean, technically the tooth has DNA in there. So it sort of has his name in a way. Okay, so Timothy, all I'm gonna say here is that if my channel gets taken down because now it's considered like part evidence, you will owe me some teeth, and I will be making necklaces out of said teeth, or dentures, possibly dentures. Some of them I might like file down so they look like Tic Tacs, and then use them on April Fool's Day. I know you're joking, man. I'm messing with you too, but I just decided to start going off on a tangent there, and both you and I were on a journey to see how that would end up. I didn't know how that whole line of that whole ramble was going to end, so I'm glad you said it was a joke, because I didn't know where to go from there. We're outside of reality right now. Yeah. I mean, we could be in the Matrix. Why not? I'd like to think the Matrix would be a little bit better, but no, not teeth necklaces. That's the sweet tart necklaces. That's what you're thinking of, like the little candy necklaces. Yeah, those are coming back in style. Has like a little like badge type thing in the middle. So you say back to reality, then I start going off on that whole Eminem Lose Yourself song. I'm not going to start singing it, trust me. I was kicked out of choir for a reason. And that is a true story. I was kicked out of choir. See, that's why I like saying messed up things, because like my life has been weird enough in situations where like I will give a story from my life, and people sometimes genuinely will not know whether or not it's a real story or not. Oh, Timothy, did I creep you out? I thought you meant like you meant to creep us out. But it's but the thing is, though, man, now Timothy, now that you're referred to as the tooth guy, there should be a lot less that creeps you out. Like, if that's your nickname, you're the tooth guy. It isn't that you're the dentist. You know, not that you're the orthodontist. You're the tooth guy. Like, that's... Yeah. So, but why the tooth guy? Armadillinger? it's you, do any of you guys watch Doctor Who? There was a villain on Doctor Who, like when the Doctor regenerated into the current Doctor, like the first villain was just completely covered in teeth. That's you now, Timothy. Just accept it. This is your place in the world. Oh, just with the gold tooth thing. Like, you know, he like in the game he took out somebody and got a gold tooth. At least that's why I'm gonna say he said it, for legal reasons and plausible deniability. Oddly enough, that is exactly what a killer would say. Yeah, we're gonna do a documentary on Timothy Johnson now. Fortunately for him, you know, Timothy Johnson, I would assume, is a fairly common name, so it will take some time to hunt him down. To be clear, Timothy, Callie believes you. The rest of us are still on the fence. Okay, I mean, I can't speak for Armadillinger. Okay, so we got Armadillinger, Timothy, Callie, me. There's a fourth person in here, who is currently being quiet. Since they're being quiet, you know, it might. They might be on the fence as well. All right, we'll stop with the teasing about the whole teeth thing. Just being respectful. That. Yes. Yeah. I don't know, Callie. I've seen some of the videos from the other games you play. I think you spread it around a bit. You know, I'm pretty sure you're not hitting everybody else with sedatives. Especially in what is it, cyberpunk? Yeah. So hey, Callie, have you tried making characters in Dragon Age Inquisition? I'm pretty sure that there isn't a whole lot of demand for characters in that game anymore. It is a number of years old, but the character creation system in that game is just amazing. Yeah. Yeah, I honestly, I didn't even think about the character creation process. But, like, yeah, I spent a good half an hour working on a character for that game. I was amazed by how in-depth it all is. And I really, really hope that Rockstar takes a look at that and goes like, you know, realizes they should step up their game as far as that the robustness of that goes. Yeah. Well, Callie, you know, it's you're like, you have a whole bunch of videos on like actual gameplay, and that's, I mean, like the character creation. Honestly, I'm surprised that so many people have been interested in what I've made here. Because to me, the more interesting stuff to watch is the gameplay videos. Like, you know, just seeing the fun that other people have. I'm not one of those people that would like sit and watch a video of like people like gaming competitions or anything like that, or like a speed run or something like that. But just people enjoying the game, having fun, chatting with others. Yeah, that to me is interesting. I enjoy those kind of videos. So this is also my way of saying, please, you know, don't come into my kitchen and steal my ingredients. that's a bit of a joke, but yeah, and that's just is that, like, I mean, that's really the whole purpose of gaming, I think. Well, you know, online gaming is you know, just having some fun with your friends and playing the game that you guys all enjoy. That's why it's like people ask, like, well, what game console do you think is best? And I just tell them it's like whatever your friends are on. You know, I mean, unless there's actual specific games that you definitely want to get that are you know, exclusives. The whole point of a gaming system is really going to be like playing the same games as your friends are and being able to talk about them and enjoy that time together. You cannot have any of my sugar unless it's brown sugar. I don't go through that very quickly. But the sugar I have, I'm actually planning on making fudge later on. So I'm going to need at least 3 cups of it. Timothy, I'll be honest, man. Like, most of the time when I'm playing online, it's literally just to knock out a daily challenge, and then I'm off again. I've kind of burned through like everything that Red Dead Online has to offer. I mean, I still, you know, I'll still pick up the controller to play like when new stuff drops, but like even this new quick draw pass, just, you know, with the handful of things that I've done, I've already like maxed it out. Sorry, man. Of brown sugar. Okay, so Callie, this is what you do then. You just take the brown sugar, you add some bleach. Alright, now I know bleach is poisonous, so don't drink the bleach. But once it has worked its way through the sugar, the brown sugar, and made it all nice and white, then just like sift out, like a coffee filter, like get rid of all that bleach. Alright? And then like there'll be some stuff that stays on top. Right? That'll be the sugar that you want to keep. And then you just dry that off, and then you're good. And in case anybody else is listening, that is not how you get regular white sugar. Do not do that. Callie is right. It's a horrible idea. And that... Right, no. Don't do that. it's and Armadillinger, I noticed that you said something, but I don't remember what it was, and now it's off screen. So, could I get you to repost it? I apologize for not answering sooner. I was busy telling people how to poison themselves. Handsome on RDR2. Like, I mean, it really depends on your idea of handsome. I mean, it's Armadillinger wants some advice from me. This... I'm flattered. What's up, man? I'm hoping I can give some good advice. As long as it doesn't have to do with, like, cooking. Because you heard the whole thing about the brown sugar. Oh, Kelly wants to take over. Okay, Kelly, take over for the advice. Christoph Waltz is Dr. King Schultz from Django Unchained. Heritage 13 or 19? That's this one, right? Yeah. It's, I mean, off the top of my head, I would think so. I don't want to get too far away with what I've been working on here. He did have a bushy beard, right? No, Timothy, I just mean, like, you know, like, for example, when I started working on this guy, like, I thought it was, you know, he really needed some help, and Callie came in and was like, oh, hey, who you working on? He's a good-looking guy, which tells me that she needs some help. I'm kidding, Callie. A complete joke. But so I mean, it's I don't know what like a good looking character would be, just like, at least to you. So but I mean, I would think that like, sorry, Armadillinger, like, I think that this would be a pretty good. See, now you ask this, and I kind of want to try and make him myself. I mean, like, yeah, age him up. Like, different eyebrows. I think it could be a pretty good character. Obviously different hair. Like the first one that comes to mind is the Windswept, which I don't think is an option here. Like the windswept hair. But yeah, I think Heritage 19 might be a good option for that character. So, Timothy, you just want to be called T? Just like the letter T? I can do that. That's no problem. Okay, wait, Callie. You don't not need help, so you do need help? I mean, that's me all day long. That's... I'll be perfectly honest there. And yeah, Armadillinger, like... I mean, it's... See, now that you mention it, I kind of want to try making him myself. I'll be honest with you. Because, like... Django Unchained is a fantastic movie, and honestly, I don't really... And this might be blasphemy to some people, but I don't really care for many Quentin Tarantino movies. But yeah, I really like Django Unchained. And yeah, that would be another really good character. So, yeah, if you're good with it, I'll just keep going with T, just because it'll be easier for me to remember, because, you know, your name pops up, Timothy Johnson, you know, the T's already there, so it'll be easier for me to remember than K. So, Cal, you said that you've played the Yakuza games before. Do you recognize this character? Or if anybody else here has played the Yakuza games, you know, if you want to chime in. I'm having trouble finding like a 3/4 perspective on this guy. From like the more modern games, I'm seeing some older, some images of him from older games, but obviously he looks a lot different there. So, because I feel like this is pretty good, but it's that whole like 3/4 perspective, like right there, I'm not entirely sure of, because I can't really find any pictures of that. Oh, thank you, Callie. I appreciate that. You want a picture of this guy? Oh, sorry. I thought that was another kind of joke, because like the whole handsome thing from earlier. Like, I'll send you the one that I can find that's the closest. Like to a 3/4 perspective. Yeah, I totally thought you were joking with me at first when you were asking for a picture of him. But... And sent, I think. Oh, guys, I completely forgot that today was Friday the 13th. I keep wanting to do like a drive-through through a restaurant wearing a hockey mask. So... Okay, so it was who you thought it was from the game. So you feel like I'm doing it's a pretty decent representation of how he looks like in the game. Yeah, Jason. See, I'm glad somebody got it. Thanks, T. All right. Well, I appreciate that. Like, I've asked, like, I'll show, like, before, I'll cover up the name or whatever of some of the characters I've worked on. And I'll be like, do you know who this is? And be like Sylvester Stallone or you know, Tom Hiddleston as Loki. And I'll get like, it looks familiar, but I don't know. And then, like, once I unveil the name, they're like, oh, yeah, okay, yeah, I see it. But, Callie, you're actually getting these people without the name. So... I do appreciate, you know, being informed that I am on the right track. Spooky. I don't remember which one it was, but my oldest brother and my younger sister were both born on the 13th, and one of them was actually born on Friday the 13th. I don't remember which. It's neither of them were August 13th, but yeah, I'm really disappointed that neither one of them really took up like the mantle of Jason Voorhees, or at least, you know, felt like a special kinship with him. Yeah, he's got some little facial blemishes. Ah, no. Yeah. Oh, Callie, you are... okay, so there are people that I work with that that are actually, like, subscribers here, so I'm not going to say who I'm going to be this Halloween on the stream, but I'll send you a message about it. And I'm hoping, fingers crossed, that it turns out as good as as I'm hoping it will. Yeah. Alright, just sent you that message. Yeah. At work, I'm basically the guy that everybody is excited to see what he dresses up for on Halloween. Because like Halloween is like my holiday, you know? It's like it like Christmas can be, it tends to be a whole lot better when you got money. right? But Halloween, like, as long as you're creative, like, you can do some amazing things. And you know, so like Halloween is always like this thing that I always look forward to. And yeah, exactly. What's money? Timothy, I try to come on like Friday evenings, like 7, 8, right around that time. I don't always succeed because, you know, life gets in the way, but and like my shift at work is going to be changing here probably in about a month, so that also might change, but we'll see how things go. But sorry, back to the costume thing. Like, people, there are certain people I don't think they really appreciate a good Halloween costume or just costuming in general. But I like to tell people that. Okay, well, first of all, when I started working at this place, like, the typical Halloween costume, and I use air quotes when I say that, is like people putting on like a football jersey or a hockey jersey, and they were just like, well, I'm so and so. Like, that's not a costume. That's no. And then I showed up dressed like Walter White from Breaking Bad. And keep in mind, like, I'm a big dude. All right, I'm gonna be like that. You guys got that much of a mental image, but I'm a big dude. So, like, Walter White wasn't really the best option for me, but I still, like, did my best with the makeup. I shaved my head, and I even made blue crystal meth, like they have in the show, except it was just rock candy. I figured out. I learned how to make rock candy for my costume. And from there, the costumes have generally just continue to improve for the Halloween contest that they have. Like, somebody dressed up as Rey from Star Wars, somebody else dressed up as a waterbender from Avatar, or the Last Airbender. Yeah, it's. Yeah, rock candy. Yep. Yeah. It was really fun, though, is that, like, people would come up to me a little bit later and be like, hey, you know, you got the good stuff? You got the stuff I need? I just break out my little Ziploc bag filled with little blue glass or whatever it was called. Like, yeah, man, I got you covered. First one's free. Yeah, no, like, some of my past costumes have been like Walter White dressed up as the Swedish Chef from the Muppets, Jamie Hyneman from Mythbusters. Last year I actually dressed up as one of the Yip Yip Martians from Sesame Street. Oh, my favorite, though, was not last year, the year before. I dressed up as a minion from Despicable Me. But here's the thing, is that it was only my head. I got this, like, 18-inch stuffed minion toy, removed all the stuffing from it, wore it as basically a mask. I wore it over my head, and it kind of velcroed on the back. Yeah, so it was like literally just my head was the minion. That costume wasn't as popular as I had hoped, but I enjoyed it, and I'm sure any little kid that saw me was probably traumatized. Spawning from a house of 1,000 corpses. Captain Spaulding was the one with the really long beard, right? Am I remembering that correctly? I haven't seen that movie in 15 years. Yeah, but he had a really big beard, didn't he? What's hey T, what's this helpful cool glitch? Yeah, see, I haven't seen that movie, like, I'll be honest, like, I've only seen the movie once, and that one time was probably about 15 years ago. I think his chin might be a little too low. It got very, very quiet. Alright, I'm gonna check out that photo here quick. Okay. You know what? I actually might be thinking I think I'm thinking of a different movie then. I don't think I've ever seen this movie. What is The People Under the Stairs? The Hills Have Eyes. I know it was a movie that Rob Zombie made. Jeez, what is it called? See, now I'm off on a tangent again. I apologize. This time you guys can blame Callie, though. She's the one that's sending me off on these search missions. Not intentionally, but still happens. Enemy. Callie said that it was, well, the movie that Callie was referencing, sorry, one second, was referencing was House of 1,000 Corpses. But that's just it, is that I don't remember what movie I'm thinking of now. I know it was a Rob Zombie movie, but I don't remember if it was like The Hills Have Eyes, or I'm trying to figure that out right now. Maybe The Devil's Rejects. Oh, no, 3 from Hell. That was the one I was thinking of. Yeah, it's the same. It's the same actor, but a different, completely different movie. Yeah, I honestly, I actually liked his Halloween movies. I know a lot of people didn't, and maybe it's because I never watched the. I was never really into the original Halloween movies that I enjoyed it. But yeah, no, I actually liked them. But that said, I also like. I really like the new Halloween movie that came out that actually continues from, from the very first one. Kind of like splinters off, completely disregards all the rest of the Halloween movies in between. Sent you another photo. I'm done now. It's don't be done. Boyfriend in front of their house. Oh, that is creepy. That is really creepy. No, it's good to see that, like, Callie. Yeah. It's good to see somebody else actually get into Halloween, because, yeah, I think it's underrated. It's honestly, no, I think it's a really, Callie, I think it's a really good picture. If it was like up close, it would kind of take away some of the scary factor of it. Like, he's just kind of like ducked out behind the door. I mean, expanding on the picture, it actually kind of looks like he's putting on his shoe, but just it's with the lighting and the fact that he's kind of tucked in behind something. I think it's actually a good picture. I mean, granted, the picture quality it has a graininess to it, which, sure, most pictures it probably would be a bad thing, but it kind of gives it, honestly, to me, it kind of gives the image a grindhouse feel. So to me, that's another thing that it's in its favor. Back when digital cameras were in their infancy, and it wasn't yet measured in megapixels. No. It's, like I said, though, I think, like, everything that would be considered a negative, or a con in most photography, I feel actually work in its favor because of what the subject is that you're getting a picture of. So, I mean, I might be in the minority with that opinion, but I still like it. I think it's a good picture. Hey, so T, your message had cut off there. It was throwing a dynamite at a piece, at an enemy that was entering your camp, and then like the message kind of cut off at the end. I've been waiting for the finish on that. Oh, no. Cheekbones are kind of higher. Yeah, Arma Dillinger, if you see any of the other pictures that she has on her Instagram, she does really well with the like costume makeup and stuff like that. Just some really cool stuff on there that you won't see on her YouTube. But no, if I had the ability to get that costume makeup as like evenly coated as you and everything else, some of my costumes would have turned out a lot better. Like my who was it? Groundskeeper Willie. Like the yellow makeup that I but all of my the whatever, the body paint or whatever that I used, it's kind of patchy. So it's honestly I'm disappointed with what. Anytime I use body paint, it never turns out nearly as well as I had hoped. Oh, he's really digging in there, Callie. Hey T, with the dynamite trick? Oh wait, Callie, you have a secret YouTube channel? I feel like you've been holding out now. No, man, knock out those people with the dynamite. And that's part of the fun of being like playing video games. Alright, now I feel special. Thank you. I just had to beg for it. Yeah, sometimes the caps lock gets stuck. It's alright, Arma. Dang, and it never fails. Like, there's 6 people in the room right now. And, like, I feel like I'm pretty much done with this guy and was gonna be logging off. Yeah, I've already been on here for over 2 hours. I did not realize it was, it had been so long. So, I do think I'm basically done with this guy. Maybe a little tweak to the nose. But hey, Callie, you think this guy looks pretty good? Looks pretty accurate. You said you kind of you knew who he was, like, from the get-go. Actually, you know what? I'm going to make one quick adjustment to his complexion. It's... I feel like the fatigue works better for the under eyes than him being not exhausted, but yeah. Alright, guys. Yeah. I'll see if he'll give me his number for you. Alright, guys. I think I'm gonna call it a night. Thank you all for hanging out with me. 1898. That was a good year. It was, you know, right. Arthur Morgan was still alive. So, no, guys, thanks for hanging out with me while I do this. You know, anytime I get to chat with people while I'm doing this, it always makes it more enjoyable for me. So I really do appreciate it. But yeah, it's gotten kind of late on my end, and I think I've done everything I can with this character. So I do appreciate it. You guys have a good night or good morning, depending on where you are. Yeah, and see, that's just it, is that I've been averaging about 5 hours of sleep a night this past week, so I'm gonna be catching up on some sleep here myself. But As I said before, I do appreciate all of you hanging out with me. And I will hopefully catch you guys like in a week or so. Alright? Night.